Hello, and thank you for joining me for another junk journal with me. I found some more bunny napkins. So I think this journal is going to have a lot of bunnies, which is okay because it's April. And just wait till you see these bunnies. Like, look at this. Oh my god, it's so cute. So that's one. And then I have another one. Oh, wait. So, first, sorry. First, this is not a bunny one. This is just a beautiful spring one that I'm going to use to make a pocket. And then the other bunny one I'm going to use for as a tag, but you will see there's another bunny afterwards. So I'm starting off by taking off 2 of the 3 layers of the napkin, and I find the easiest way to do that is just to use a regular piece of tape. You just place it on the back and tear it up, and you do that twice, and then you just remove the 2 layers, and I think that's the fastest and easiest way to do that. So here I have that one top layer left, and I'm doing the same thing for this tissue or Kleenex. And these tissues usually have 4 layers, so you've got to take 3 layers off for that. So this is the last layer, and if you're unsure whether there's another layer there, whenever you're in doubt, there is another layer, because once you have that single layer there, you will immediately know that that is a single layer because it's very, very thin and it's very see-through. So here I'm just cutting out one of those 4 squares to use for my round shape that I'm going to be putting in my die cut machine. And if you don't have a die cut machine, no worries, just use a little plate or a bowl or something and trace it. You don't need the machine, but of course if you have it, it does make your life easier. So I'm just running that through, and I'm cutting 2 layers at the same time. So I just used some cardstock that I have and the napkin over that and cut those both out. And now I am just gluing that napkin onto the cardstock, and just make sure when you do that, just be sure to really make sure the whole cardstock is covered with glue, that there's no gaps, because you will end up seeing those in the end, because the napkin will not stick there and it'll have like a little air pocket. So now I've made sure that all my edges are really glued down, and obviously I am inking this up, just cutting off some few loose pieces that were there. And I'm sorry, I'm not, yeah, now I am actually in frame. So it would have been nice to use the whole round piece, but I kind of didn't like that empty space on the left in the corner. So I decided to just cut these 2 sides off so that it sits nicely in the corner. And I should have made sure actually that the circle was pointing the right way, but yeah, it's okay the way it worked out. So now I wanted to make the tag with the little bunny, and as a background I am choosing a page from one of my flea market books that has a nice font on the page. And so this time I'm gluing the paper, the book page on the cardstock, and then I'm also already gluing the napkin onto that book page, and that way I have all 3 layers in one. And I should have cut that napkin down first, because as you can see I'm kind of struggling putting it on there without any wrinkles, just because it was so big. And then for the back, I also wanted to add some coffee stained paper. So I will place that in the die cut machine as well, so that it cuts everything at once. And again, this is a shape you can do without having a die cut machine. You can just do any tag shape you like, or just do a rectangle. And so now I'm just gluing that last layer on, the one that I hadn't glued before, which is the coffee dyed paper. And of course I'm inking that up as well. And looking at that, it looked very lonely, so it definitely needed a second tag. So this is where the other bunnies come into play. And this napkin is just to die for. Look at these bunnies, like, oh my god. Yeah. So I'm doing the same process again. Since it's a tissue, it has 4 layers, so I'm taking off 3. And then I wanted a different tag shape, so I chose a different die cut, and I will link this one and the round one in the comments below in case you do want to get them. This one is from a whole set that I've linked it in a previous video as well, where I made like a little pocket. So this is one of the tag that goes in the pocket, but I just want the tag. So now I'm just cutting around that just to make my life easier with gluing. I'm again taking a book page. I love this font because it looks like typewriter font. It's not your normal book page font. So the layers I'm gluing are the napkin onto the book page, and this was much easier to put on without wrinkles. Then I'm also cutting the coffee stained paper for the back, and of course in between the cardstock. So there's 4 layers there, and this time I'm actually gluing all the layers together, so that when it comes out of the die cut machine, it's all ready. I don't have to glue anything else. And it's really cool because the die cut will actually cut through all of those layers. But of course, the napkin is, you can hardly count as a layer. And the other 2 are regular paper, and then there's the cardstock. But it's still pretty cool. I didn't know actually that my die cut machine would cut through all of those, but perfect. So now the tag is ready as it is. And I love how that font looks both on this one and the other tag. It really looks like it's part of the napkin. So just inking that up, of course. Okay, so now I have these 2 tags. And so I wanted to, I didn't want to leave a blank background, so I used a book page from the same book with the same font. I'm just gluing that onto my blank page. And then I'm going to glue that pocket into the corner. And I like that a lot better, but they both needed some toppers. Oh, and also I wanted to add some quotes. So this is from 7 Dots Studio. This sheet is called Fortune Teller, and I don't remember where I got it. I'm sure I ordered it somewhere online, but I've had these for a few years, so I can't really send you a link for that, but I'm sure if you search for that on Google or something, you will find them. And I choose this one for the pink one. Adventure is out there because the bunnies just look like they're up to something. So I thought that was a very suitable quote. So I'm just cutting that down because my tag isn't that wide. I'm inking it as well to make it stand out a little bit more. And I'm just gonna find the perfect spot for that. So I thought that was very cute. And now I wanted to also find something for the other bunny tag. So I go through the sheet again and I find another little saying. What do I choose? Yeah, I choose explore and discover. And I decide to actually separate those two words. I thought that would work better with the layout for the tag. And I really like that as well. So I think the two tags go together very nicely with those two sayings. Yeah, so as I said before, they both need a topper. So I went to my ribbons drawer and chose a few that I thought might work. And I really like this lace for this big tag. And I'm going to attach it this time with a paper, not a paper clip, a stapler, which is something I don't usually do. Usually I would sew it, but I just thought let's try something different. And doing it the way I've folded it here just creates a lot less bulk than if I would like tie a bow or something. Thank you to Chatty Lane, who reminded me of this technique actually. And now for the pink one, I wanted to add a ribbon as well. And I'm going through a few options that I thought might work. So I tried this one. And for me, that was just too tone in tone. Like I needed it to be pepped up a little bit, which is why this other lace didn't work either. So it was either this one. This is a ribbon I got, I think maybe in some Happy Mail or something a while ago. Or I was going to use this like really, like almost neon pink. And that one actually would have worked as well. But in the end, I decided to go for that other ribbon just because I could tie a nice bow with this. And the other one was too stiff. And I thought the color worked really well with a napkin color. So I'm just gonna tie a bow. And I love the fact that it's all crinkly. And I made a nice big bow, as you can see, and I think it's so cute. Probably that bow will get squished in my journal. But yeah, for now it's really nice and fluffy and pretty. I just love that tag. Yep, so I think with those two toppers, that makes a very nice page. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.